Let the games begin, the man said. The SportsMax Ultimate 11. Yeah, the hour is now. The time is nigh. Over the next 9 days, we'll debate football's best starting team. Yeah, on Monday, we worked out the issue of the formation, the stencil from which these men will operate, and we decided on 4-4-2. The man who has captained TNT in the past has played for them with distinction. The man who played professionally in the UK, played in the USA, and the man who has been a part of the SportsMax family for a long time now. He's not a guest anymore, not a guest presenter, not an expert analyst. He's just a part of the family, Brent Sancho. He'll be the ever-present as we debate the issue of the various positions and who to pick from the various positions. The easy one today, I'm saying it's easy because it's only one goalkeeper we can pick. We can pick multiples of the other positions. It's only one goalkeeper. We're going to start today with the goalkeepers. We're going to take it over into Wednesday. So 2 days of debate about the goalkeepers. Brent Sancho will be with us to anchor the broadcast. Remember, viewers at home, you can vote starting today. Go to sportsmax.tv/ultimate. I am there. So when you go to sportsmax.tv/ well, here's what you do. Go to sportsmax.tv. On the top of the page, you'll see 7 tabs. You'll see Watch, you'll see COVID-19, you'll see Ultimate 11, Football, Cricket, More, Zone, and Schedule. All you have to do, just click Ultimate 11. Click Ultimate 11 and go. When you click Ultimate 11 and you go down, you'll see the pictures of the players in the various positions, and then you'll see 2 buttons. You'll see one that says, who do you want in your Ultimate 11? You can tap that, and then you can go and you can select, all right? So that's how easy it is, very uncomplicated, no frills in terms of the selection, and you are free to put your best 11 together. All right, speaking of shot stoppers, and we couldn't be talking about goalkeepers and not have this man as part of the panel. He was Jamaica's goalkeeper at the 1998 FIFA World Cup in France, at least one of them, and he was the starting goalkeeper. He's the real big man between the sticks when Jamaican football is discussed, when it is considered. And he was also the team captain going to France 98. He's now a coach with the Reggae Boys. I speak of none other than the man from the West, Warren Barrett. All right, as we start, it's important to ask our panelists, before we get into selection, what the main attributes that they look for in a goalkeeper. You're talking about distribution with the foot, with the arm, you're talking about reflexes, you're talking about positioning. Which of these attributes, or those attributes, are the best that you look for in a goalkeeper? And there's gonna be an attendant explanation for the selection of one attribute and the value placed on one attribute relative to another. Warren Barrett, good afternoon, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you, George. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to our viewers. I'm Brent.
How are you doing, boy?
I'm pretty good. Trying to stay safe.
All right, Brent Sancho and Warren Barrett hooking up on the Skype connection, and of course we are here in studio. So let me start with you, Mr. Former World Cup goalkeeping captain. The main attributes that your ideal goalkeeper should have.
There are a number of attributes, George. You need somebody who's composed, competent, someone who communicates well, was a strong command of his team, more so the back line, and I'd say the defensive midfielders. And someone who is just great overall. Good handling, strong at crosses, and also, as you mentioned earlier, pretty comfortable with the ball at his or her feet. You know, because especially the modern football that is played nowadays, where teams tend to keep possession and start from back. And even if you look at, say, a coach as Pep Guardiola, and he goes for goalkeepers that are comfortable with the ball at their feet, and that's one of the reasons that they sold Joe Hart. So that is important, but in this scenario that we are discussing, all-time great goalkeeper, then it's difficult not to take other things into consideration, especially with some of the goalkeepers that, as you know, played years ago.
All right, comprehensive answer. Before I go to Brent Sancho, Warren, I just wanted to underscore one other point for me, and this was something that we've been discussing among ourselves on the show as we started promoting this particular Ultimate 11. The issue of a goalkeeper's ability with their feet, is that a luxury that a goalkeeper should have, or is that a necessity in modern football?
It depends on the coach and what the coach wants. As I said, Pep got rid of Joe for that reason. But personally, I think the first and most important job for a goalkeeper is to keep the ball out of the net. So for me, I wouldn't necessarily say my goalkeeper has to be excellent with his feet. But as long as he's competent, he can do it if called upon, then that's fine with me. But as long as he has the other attributes, great shot stopping ability, great reflexes, he's brave, commanding, has great anticipation, then I'm cool with that.
All right, Brent Sancho, your turn. A goalkeeper is expected ideally to be a cerebral guy, which has all the qualities that Warren Barrett spoke about, especially those soft qualities, the communication, the organization, the composure, the decision making. These are things that you can try to coach them, but if a man or a woman, as the case may be these days, doesn't report to I wasn't going to say wicket, but this is not cricket. It doesn't report to the field with these qualities, that it's very difficult to get them to the required standard. Those things considered, those things set aside, in terms of the other attributes of a goalkeeper, the actual skill attributes, what would you like to see your goalkeeper outfitted with, Mr. Sancho?
I think Warren hit the nail on the head. I think the most important thing for any goalkeeper is keeping the ball out of the net. And as football changes year after year, you mentioned, of course, a goalkeeper being good with the feet, whether or not it is an important requisite, and rightfully so. It depends on the coach. Most teams now want to play out of the back, want to play football, and would need a goalkeeper that has that ability. But for me, as a defender, communication is key for me. That's up there, definitely for a goalkeeper, and a goalkeeper that's commanding and that assures his defender. I think a lot of goalkeepers, some of the best goalkeepers I've played with, they have all been very vocal, they've all been leaders, they've all have been very commanding and demanding of their back four. And more importantly, when required, they've been very competent. And for me, a goalkeeper, a shot-stopping goalkeeper, a goalkeeper that can make that save, not just the high-fine, spectacular, photography-driven type of save, but a save, the compulsory save, and competent and consistent goalkeeper, for me, has always been highly touted in my book. A goalkeeper that you can rely on, and no matter what happens, you can dominate a team for 89 minutes, and he gets one shot and is able to make that save. That's the type of goalkeeper I look for. So I would say a goalkeeper that is consistent, and a goalkeeper, of course, that is competent. And a shot-stopping type of goalkeeper is a type of goalkeeper that I rate quite highly.
All right. Gentlemen, let's pull now for the goalkeepers list. I want you to look at the list in totality of goalkeepers that we have. Mr. Producer, may it please you to give us that list. Do we have that list? I can tell you we have Oliver Kahn, Gigi Buffon, Manuel Neuer. All right, let's go. Dino Zoff, Walter Zenga, Gigi Buffon, Gordon Banks, Lev Yashin. Then we have Neuer, Prudhomme, Kahn, Schmeichel, Sepp, Meyer. All right, gentlemen, let me go with you first, Warren. Let's do some eliminations here. I want you to whittle this list down to 5 for each digit on your right hand. Give me 5. Cut off some of these guys and leave me with 5. Which 5 are you going to make safe at this point?
All right, let me explain that to our viewers as well. When I got the call from Shawana, and then I got the email with the list of the goalkeepers, I immediately started to do some research, and I also looked through the list. So whilst I have no qualms about, say, Lev Yashin, Gordon Banks, Dino Zoff, those 3 especially, and they were voted the top 3 goalkeepers in that order in the 20th century. by the football historians. I can't debate those who saw them play, but I'd reduce my list down to goalkeepers that I've seen for an extended period. And so, as I said, with due respect, the fact that they've been named in an all-time great list, and that's for any sporting individual. And if you're named in a top 100, top 50, and even down to top 10 like we're discussing today, then that says a whole lot about that individual. But for me, Yashin, Banks, Zoff, Meyer, those four definitely I'd eliminate. And then the fifth on my list, I would eliminate Oliver Kahn.
So you drop the Bayern Munich legend, then you drop Lev Yashin, Gordon Banks, Dino Zoff, and who's the fifth one? Yashin, Banks, and what you said? I said Kahn. Kahn was the first one I said. So Kahn, Yashin, Seth Meyer. Kahn, Yashin, Seth Meyer, Banks, and Zoff are all gone. All right?
Right.
All right, hold it right there. Brent, cut your list down to 5 for us.
I think similar to Warren, it's a difficult one, guys. Let me tell you, the challenge is, and I'm sure this is what Warren was alluding to, is that I look at from what I see from my eyes, and of course, people like Yashvin, and I've seen a bit of, I haven't seen Gordon Banks play live, for sure. Those sorts of goalkeepers I've not seen play live. Yeah. Of course, the historians, I understand how much they're rated, but I could only go with what I've seen. And that being said, I would say that Walter Zinga would be eliminated for me. Sepp Meyer, eliminated for me. Prudhomme would be eliminated as well. And this is a difficult one. Dino Zoff as well would be eliminated, but the difficult one for me is between, of course, the likes of Peter Schmeichel and Oliver Kahn. And I like the Great Dane. And so I'll have to say Oliver Kahn. That's the one eliminated.
All right, Lance. These gentlemen have just eliminated some of the greatest footballers, forget goalkeepers, some of the greatest footballers of all time, on the basis that they didn't see them play. These men are students of the game as well, yes, as former top class players.
Yes.
Do you accept the reasoning given by Messrs. Barrett and Sancho for cutting off some of the great names in goalkeeping?
Yes, because they prefaced what they said by saying that they feel more comfortable assessing goalkeepers that they would have seen and been able to assess visibly, and having an opportunity to look at their strengths and weaknesses over time. And they feel a little hamstrung by the fact that they would not have seen the likes of a Yashin and a Gordon Banks and players from those years. They respectfully said that the historians have them there, but because they didn't see them, they are finding it difficult to put them in. And I can't fight that. I can't fight that, because if you're being asked to analyze the best goalkeepers of all time, then if you feel that your strength lies in what you have seen, then it's hard to fight what they're seeing. I tried not to do that when I was doing mine, but if they say they're uncomfortable properly assessing goalkeepers they didn't really see, I'm not going to fight them.
Mr. Lewis.
I think it's so unfortunate. Most of the times when we're doing these type of selections, we tend to bypass the older guys because we didn't see them.
Yes.
I think that when we're doing this, we need to go deep in our research to really understand these guys, because the fact that Warren said that these guys can still be named, even if it's 100,
yes,
much less a top 10, that tells you that they were fantastic players. And even when we're selecting some of the defenders, I'm very concerned about it as well, because we're going to eliminate some real great players because the game has changed somewhat, more attacking and so on. So the specialist left back or right back might not get in for the simple reason that the game has changed. So we need to go deeper, and it's very difficult, right, to not say, let me select what I have seen, but to support and balance the budget, we really need to go and do our research and really read a lot about these guys and why they are selected and why their names are still being called so many years after their playing days.
All right, the All-Star 10 where goalkeepers are concerned has become 5. 5 for Brent Sancho, 5 for Warren Barrett, and we're going to get closer. We're going to drill down even deeper. after this break. We're picking the best goalkeeper in the SportsMax Ultimate 11 Challenge, a challenge that you, the public, are welcome to participate in. Go to sportsmax.tv/Ultimate11 or just go to sportsmax.tv and click on the Ultimate 11 tab. Look at the selections in the various positions and construct your team. And at the end of this process, you're going to be able to put up your 11 that you've selected against those selected by our expert panelists. Much more on the SportsMax Zone after this. Football's Ultimate 11 is being given the a la carte treatment by SportsMax. We've spared no effort trying to put this Ultimate 11 together, and we've recruited some very knowledgeable men about the sport to talk about who should have the distinction of being named in the greatest 11 to have played the game. We're not even booking any substitutes, just the 11, and we've settled on a 4-4-2 formation. To talk about the goalkeepers, we're going to do that over 2 days. To talk about the goalkeepers, we have two distinguished men. We have arguably the best goalkeeper in Jamaica's long footballing history. Almost said Oliver Kahn, Warren Barrett, and we have one of the men who has been an outstanding player for Trinidad and Tobago, one of their best ever, for sure, over the years, centre half Brent Sancho, who can play a bit further up, but you know, he was never a chap to want to do fancy skills. He just wanted to stop forwards from scoring. He's on the line as well, and we can tell you that Brent will be the linchpin of our presentation, as he'll be with us every day as we get other guests, other specialists in other areas to debate with him as we seek to put this Ultimate 11 together. Well, gentlemen, from the first segment, based on what you have said and the commonality in selection, or the commonalities in selection, we can say that 3 names from the original 10 given to you have been eliminated. So we've eliminated 3 already based on the common selections that you have picked to say that, well, you don't think that this guy can make your top 5 based on the reasoning you've given. So the 3 who have been eliminated, Seth Meyer is gone from the list, Dina Zoff is gone from the list, and Oliver Kahn has been cut from the list. And I feel as if I've almost blasphemed by saying that Seth Meyer, Dina Zoff have gone from a list of the best goalkeeper in the world discussion in history, and Oliver Kahn as well. But that's the reality. So we have 7 left. So gentlemen, of the 7 goalkeepers left, we need to take off 2 more to have a 5 to settle on, from which we'll select that special one. So, of the others that are left on the list based on what both of you have chosen, Warren and Brent, Peter Schmeichel is left, Gordon Banks is left, Gigi Buffon is there. Well, see, there you go. Thank you for that, producers. Gigi Buffon, Lev Yashin, Banks, Zenga, Prudhomme, and Neuer are the men left. We need to get rid of 2 more. Warren, I'm going to start with you. Which other 2 are you sticking out for that you're saying we can't take them forward if we're going to settle on a final 5? Which 2?
Do I have a wild card?
You want to use a wild card?
No, yeah, because I have a goalkeeper that I've admired from I was a boy who is not in this list, and that's the Iron Curtain, the cat of USSR, Renat Desaev. I can't leave him out.
Tell us about him. Tell our viewers about him. There are many youngsters watching you. Tell us about him.
Yeah, all right. So Renat is considered the second greatest Russian goalkeeper of all time. Then, of course, the exceptional Lev Yashin. But I saw him in 3 World Cups. I saw him in the first World Cup was 1982. And he captained the team all 3 World Cups as well, 82, 86, and 1990. And he also captained the team during the Euro 88 when they lost in the finals to the Netherlands 2-0. In that game, Marco van Basten scored what is considered one of the greatest volleys of all time. But he was a super goalkeeper, George. Tall, slender, but very commanding of his area. He was always of a serious nature. Rarely you saw him smile. And he was excellent at distributing, especially throwing. He was a left footer, but he had some booming throws to start attacks, sometimes even across the halfway line. And for someone who was that slender, you wouldn't expect him to be that physically strong. But he was excellent shot stopper, great reflexes. And as I said, I have a friend of mine, also a former goalkeeper. We attended Carnival together. He was at Whittaker with me, and then eventually he played for Senior United. His name is Colin Brightson. And he has his son, his name is Renat, because this is someone who we constantly talk about. So if Colin and I were to meet up, even right now, 2 names that definitely would come up as goalkeepers, Renat Desaev and Walter Zenga.
All right. So Brent, you've heard Warren make a very strong case for Renat Desaev to be pulled in as a wild card to further complicate matters, but no complaints. We're here discussing. We're having a debate. We can make it complex and then simplify it. What say you about the strong case made just now, Mr. Sancho?
He was pulling at my heartstrings there, Warren. He pulled at my heartstrings. Without a doubt. I would say this much, guys. I think what and especially the viewers need to understand, and I'm sure Warren can bear me out here with this one. As a former player, it's so important. The eye test is so important for us as former players. I'm sure you guys in studio as well. And as much as we talk about the older goalkeepers, and yes, all that they've done, and of course, we can go back and see what they have done. But a huge part in deciding these types of ultimate XIs, the greatest player to ever play the game, no matter what sport it is, the eye test holds a huge percentage in deciding that factor. And it is always a challenge because you hear all these great things, but there's nothing better than seeing an athlete live perform or seeing an athlete on television perform. I think when you see that, it then gives you, it is very difficult to now hold that up against something you've read or something someone's told you about. So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear. And for us, for me in particular, I know Warren and the rest of you would bear us out. It's so important to see a player. And I think a lot of what, and again, it goes back to what Warren said. He's seen this goalkeeper, he studied him, he believes he's one of the best because of what he's seen from him and some of the qualities he would have shown.
All right, gentlemen, we have to hustle because we're on limited time. All right, so I hear you, Brent. Excellent comments. So let me go back to Warren. Warren, I'm suggesting to you that given that you said it yourself, Detsaev comes behind Lev Yashin. He's the second best Russian all time. So with us having the number 1 Russian here, and you making a good case for the number 2 Russian, I think we can put an asterisk beside Renat Desaev's name and just shift him a little bit down the list and then try to take away 2 from the 7 that's left. What say you, my good friend?
That's not a problem.
All right.
We can do that.
There we go. All right. So gentlemen, Brent, let me come back to you then. From this 7 that we have left, we need to take off 2, and we're running out of time to do so. Come, help me. Take off. Which 2 are you suggesting we leave behind? Brent?
Yeah.
Which 2 are we leaving behind?
I would go with, I think Zenga definitely needs to, would be departing from this list. And I would even go as far to say Prudhomme as well would be departing from this list. I think Zenga and Prudhomme is my 2 to depart from the list. All
right. Warren, what say you?
Yes, Prudhomme, definitely. And is Yashin still there?
Yes, he is.
and I'm not taking away. I, based on what I've read, I mean, a goalkeeper with 151 penalty saves during his career, 270 clean sheets from, I think, 500 and something games, which is, his clean sheet ratio was at least 50%. So every other game he kept a clean sheet. I'm not quarreling with these historians, but for me, I have to eliminate him, as Brent and I have completely agreed on the fact that I'm going for goalkeepers that I've seen with my eyes, goalkeepers that I had time to really sit down and really study and see their strengths, weaknesses, and I also try to learn from them during my time as a goalkeeper as well.
All right, well, gentlemen, all right, so there's a divide. There's a divide there. So we're going to have to do some voting now, gentlemen. So you say, Warren, that Lev Yashin should also take the plunge, and Brent says Walter Zenga should follow Michel Prudhomme to the cutting floor at this point in the debate. We're going to have to vote then. So let's vote on keeping Lev Yashin. I'm going to start with you, Brent. Keep Lev Yashin, yes or no?
Yes, keep
Lev
Yashin.
All right, so keep Lev Yashin. So one yes. Warren says no. Lance, what do you say?
Yes.
Wayne, what do you say?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, and I'm saying yes. So we keep Lev Yashin. All right, good. Walter Zenga. We need to vote on dropping Walter Zenga. I'm going to vote yes to dropping Walter Zenga. What do you say, Brent?
Oh, without a doubt, yes.
Warren?
Yes, we can drop Walter.
All right, that's 3 out of 5. Yeah, that's it. The majority is it.
Yeah,
All right,
numbers.
so we drop Walter Zenga and we drop Michel Prudhomme. Gentlemen, it's been great having you. Make sure you study tonight, because we're going to come on Wednesday and finish up this goalkeeper argument as we select 1 from 5. It will be 1 from Gigi Buffon, Lev Yashin, lucky man, Peter Schmeichel, Gordon Banks, and Manuel Neuer. And I'm very happy to report that my selection is very much alive on that list. Gentlemen, Warren Barrett, thank you very much. Brent Sancho, thank you very much. Gentlemen, make it a date on Wednesday at the same time, same place.
All right, no problem.
All right. Yep. So this is nice. So let's go through the list one more time.
Yeah, lively. Yeah.
Is your selection still alive, Wayne?
Yes.
And is your selection alive,
Yes,
Lance? All right.
yes.
So
And yours are like.
of course, Ali Khan, Seth Meyer, Dino Zoff, Walter Zenga, and Michel Prudhomme are on the cutting floor now looking up at us. Still alive, Gigi Buffon, Lev Yashin, Gordon Banks, Manuel Neuer, and the Great Dane, Peter Schmeichel. We take a break. Before we go to the break, you can vote, you should vote, you must vote, you have to. Do it for us, do it for humanity. SportsMax.tv/Ultimate11, or simply go to SportsMax.tv, that's our website, and look at the top of the page, click the tab Ultimate 11, and it's easy as cheesy thereafter to select your 11. All right, we take a break, we come back with more.